My name is Jason, and I'm an individual. I'm an individual. I'm an individual, and so's my wife. I'm not the other guy's wife, but I'm an individual too. The Melbourne Ice lose 3-1 to the Sydney Bears in a game that was very important for both teams. The first goal of the game was scored by the Bears at 9:50 in the first. It was a power play goal to Ben DeMarco and the assist going to Jared Smith. It was a bit of a scramble around the crease that managed to get into the net. Neither team managed to score in the second period, so when Jeff Smith finally scored a goal for the Melbourne Ice at 9:56 in the third, it was the trigger for a teddy bear toss, which is the first of its kind in the AIHL. The teddy bear toss was to support very special kids who are a children's hospice that provides respite and end-of-life care. It was helped by the Canadian Club of Victoria, who were visiting for Canada Day. Oh, Canada! And it's a really worthy cause. The next goal of the game was a few seconds later, was Dane Ludolf scoring from Sean Hamilton-Steen and Lucas Manco. It was a 2-on-1 between Steen and Manco, and Ludolf was the third man in. He was left a drop pass and made the score from there. Ludolf is the leading scorer on the Bears, and when given an opportunity, he's not going to miss those shots very often. With 8:29 remaining in the third period, Jeremy Brown laid a massive hit on Cameron Todd. He ended up getting a boarding call on that play. Tommy Powell and Jason Backlig also took 2 minutes as there was a bit of a scrum around. Both took some roughing penalties, and Baxi also took a 10-minute misconduct, but I didn't see exactly what for. Might have been something he said. And on the Bears side, both Cameron Todd and Spencer Austin also got 2 minutes each for roughing as well. Net effect was Baxi was in the box for 10 minutes. The Bears had a power play, but they weren't able to convert that one. The third Bears goal of the game was scored by Lee Turner. It was an empty net with 39 seconds to go as the Ice were pushing for that equaliser. Couple of goalie stats for you. Jaden Pine Murphy was in net for the Ice. He stopped 23 of the 25 shots that he faced and got a save percentage of .920. Daniel Palmqvist was in net for the Bears. He ended up facing a massive 53 shots and made 52 saves for a .981 save percentage. And he faced 22 shots in the third period alone, which gives you an indication of how much pressure the Ice were pushing on him to score. And just having a look over the entire game, as I said in the introduction, I'm an individual, and it really did seem like the Ice were playing like a group of individuals rather than playing as a team. They just managed to break into the zone and they'd play their shot out from a distance. Palmqvist would make a relatively easy save and it'd get picked up by the Bears defence and skated out of the zone. They just tried that over and over and over again. And I kind of got the feeling that every player was trying to be the hero that started the bear toss, and unfortunately that doesn't work. You still have to play as a team, regardless of how good the charity is that the bear toss is for. Now, for those of you who haven't seen a recent Ice game, Matt Armstrong has been moved back to defence, and I think that is a great move. He still has a bit of the forwards mentality of breaking into the zone and taking shots, but if you have a look over the last couple of seasons for the Ice, we have had defenders who've done that, specifically John Gordon and Doug Wilson Jr. And to give you an indication of just how desperate the Ice were to get that goal, even Marcus Wong, normally a stay-at-home defenseman, led one of the Chargers into the Bears zone. So that's the end of a pretty terrible month of June for the Ice. We've ended up going 1 win, 4 losses, 1 overtime win, and 1 overtime loss for the month. Or to put it another way, we've won 2 out of a possible 7 games for the month of June. And during that time, there have been a couple of big scores racked up against the Ice. For example, when we played the North Stars and we ended up losing 7-4. And unfortunately, July isn't looking much nicer for us. We play 4 of our 6 games away from the Ice House, and the 2 games that we do play at home are against the Bears again and against the North Stars. This weekend, we're playing away against Adelaide, and these are 2 games that the Ice really need to win, because if they don't, the Adrenaline are actually going to have more points than the Ice and they're going to leapfrog us over the ladder. The Adrenaline have come off a couple of really good games. They've got a win against the Ice Dogs in a shootout, and they also beat the North Stars the night before. So they've got their tails up at the moment, and we've got to go in there and play good, hard, fast hockey that we know we've done in the past. We just have to make sure we can do it against an Adrenaline team that's looking to rack up more wins.